United have beaten Chelsea 2-0. I'm here with United Rantcast Paul, also on Bleacher Report 2. 2-0 today.
Spectacular,
You
wasn't
said
it?
you got loads to talk about.
I mean, the thing is, when, like, I guess everyone, when I saw the team sheet, I thought, oh, that was a long drive. Like, it really felt, I felt like every mile of that M6 when I saw the team sheet. But I mean, that's the best performance of the season, isn't it? I can't think of a better one. Yeah. And against a proper team who we made to look spectacularly ordinary. And I just like, right now, is there a happier man on the planet than Jose Mourinho? Right at this second in time. Like, is this up there with all of the happiest moments of Jose Mourinho's life? I think it might be. Because that's what he tried to do in the FA Cup. And the fact that the combination of the fact that we had the sending off and it was at Stamford Bridge meant that it was a bridge too far, no pun intended, yeah. But everything worked. I was thinking about, like, first of all, the tactical thing. So we're playing, essentially, we're playing like a 5-3.
Can I just point out, she's beeping at a road closed sign. So I don't know where she's going. Yeah. Where are you going? It says road closed. She's beeping at it.
There's a lot of people in that queue with the road. So anyway, that's, we've got a road
moving on.
Situation. Yeah. So first of all, tactically, first half, I think he's playing. Spent ages trying to work out what it was, and in the end I came down to like 5-3-2 without the ball, asymmetric 4-4-2 with the ball. So he takes advantage of the fact that Valencia just is a whole right wing on his own, to mean he doesn't play a right-sided player at all, and then he doubles up on the left. So Darmian is man-marking Pedro all game, meaning that Young acts as a kind of supplementary fullback when we haven't got the ball, but when we have the ball, Young's playing as a winger. Herrera spends the whole game marking Eden Hazard and marking him more or less out of the game. An absolutely spectacular performance. I mean, there's so many candidates for man of the match. Mourinho, as Stephen just said to me, like, Mourinho's a candidate for man of the match. But Herrera was superb. Like, the fact that he got an assist and a goal on top of a kind of completely dominant defensive
Defo his goal, right?
I don't know. I was in Northeast Quadrant.
Defo his goal.
Could be anyone's. Yeah. But it was Defo his assist. But Marcus Rashford's first half performance. We did the debate about. I'm pointing at Chris behind the camera. Hi, Chris. We did the debate about Zlatan and Lukaku next season, and like this is exactly why I would be really sad if we signed Romelu Lukaku, because Marcus Rashford, he's got it. He can do this. That was the first half performance was an absolutely superb performance.
Does that show maybe that a few other times in the season when we maybe could have rested Zlatan and played Rashford at number 9 and we failed to do so, maybe now Rashford could be proving to Jose that, look, take me a bit more seriously?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has kind of had in mind the idea that Ibrahimovic has been kind of a problem sometimes this season, and definitely we want to think about dropping him from time to time. But actually the data hasn't supported that argument so far, because the times we've played without Ibrahimovic haven't been any better than when he was playing. But today, that was this is what we think can happen. And part of it was the front two. Jesse Lingard, absolutely fantastic in that first half. And the two of them, they obviously know each other really well. They can keep up with each other kind of football intelligence wise and also physically, speed wise. So it was great.
Why does Jesse get, I know we speak about this so much times, and why does Jesse get so much? Because as a footballer, he's very good.
I think that we as a collective, Man United fans, we're not always great to our own. Darren Fletcher is the kind of golden example of this. Darren Fletcher had to survive a kind of trial by fire of the Old Trafford faithful until they would finally accept him. And, you know, Lingard isn't perfect. You know, Lingard is very good. That's what he is. There are games when he goes missing, like, not so much he goes missing, but almost like his talent goes missing. And you know, you'd expect that, because although age-wise he's not such a young player, in terms of his physical development and also his minutes on the pitch total, he's a young player in that sense. You know, people develop at different rates. Oh, talking of which, his fellow age mate, Paul Pogba, like, we needed a big performance from him. And, you know, he was saying before the Anderlecht game in that press conference, people kind of want him to be everything, but he's a midfielder, and that's what you should judge him on. And that was like a superb midfield performance from Pogba. That tackle in the first half, I don't know who it was on, but it was magic.
It may have been Hazard, but I'm not 100%.
Right, but it was perfect and kind of next level brilliant, the kind of tackle that most people don't do.
So who gets your man of the match? So hard.
Yeah, it goes to Herrera, but with a special man of the first half award for Marcus Rashford, because it's well deserved.
How do you think this leaves us now shaped for the rest of the season? Because we've still got. Is it a case that we got Burnley next week? We don't know what United's going to turn up.
Absolutely. There's no. I mean, you know, how often have I come on done a fan cam after a good performance and gone, oh, it's exciting, United are good again. Who knows what's going to happen next? They all turned up today, and almost like, you know, there's some kind of slightly difficult to identify mental block they have about the size of the game. Like they are at their worst. This United are at their worst when they get complacent. It happened against Anderlecht. Like Anderlecht looked like they thought they were playing Man United in inverted commas in the first half, and then half time they realised, oh no, it's Man United, it's fine.
Carlisle United.
Yeah, well, no, just like what Man United really are, rather than what people imagine them to be. Yeah. But United was so dominant in that first half, they eased off in the second because they got complacent. Here, they know the level of opposition is stellar, or as good as it gets in the Premier League, and so they've got to be at their best. And to their credit, they really delivered, which is it's so exciting. It was so fun, wasn't it? It was just like
it was, but there's.
I was
sat there like. Why couldn't this be in November or something like that? And because I thought if we had a performance like this at Old Trafford before like the Watford and the Burnleys, I think that would have kind of pushed us on a little bit and made teams a little bit more scared of us, and maybe defences crack a little bit easier.
I mean, when it comes to the end of the season, the game that I think the season swung on was Liverpool at home, when we'd been on that superb winning run. The Pogba hashtag came out the night before. He went completely flat in that game, and we were really flat in that game, and that was the turning point in the season. If we'd done this, then we would be talking about a very different season. But the one thing I want to know going into next season is, are the good players in that team as good as we think they are? I think on performances like that, yes, they have it in them. And two, does Mourinho still have it? And this is Mourinho still having it. Now, we're going to have to be balanced at the end of the season. This has been a season full of ups and downs, but I would much rather it ended on a high than the kind of last 2 months where it's really petered out had continued, because we need this. We need this. We're playing Anderlecht on. I've lost him. We're playing Anderlecht on Thursday night here, and so this is their last memory of that before that game, which is now the biggest game of the season so far. So you know, I think it's massive.
Stupid question, but I love asking them.
Okay.
Is Zlatan Ibrahimovic scared for his spot back?
I'm so happy. I love Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Like, when we signed him, I lost the run on myself, and all season long I've loved watching him. On the podcast last week, we did like 20 minutes bonus content.
Subscribe to United Rankcast.
Yeah, where we talked through all of his goals, and just like, you know, your jaw drops doing that. And I wrote something for Publica Mancuna about his top 5 goals, and like just watching them again, it's been amazing. Like, so that's all the Zlatan love, which is in, you know, I've got plenty of it to go around. But there is no question Mourinho should have dropped him more often this season, and I feel like what a brilliant thing that Mourinho kind of went, do you know what, I'm going to do it, I'm going to take that gamble.
Took some balls, right?
Exactly, and Mourinho's definitely obviously got courage, and sometimes he's lacked the courage of his convictions.
He was going to say cojones.
And the other thing, like, I mean, actually, like at 60 minutes when he took Lingard off for Carrick, you're thinking, you know, that, and it did kind of surrender momentum to Chelsea for a time. But you know, there's Herrera's going, come on, push up, let's not fall into the trap we've fallen into so often. And it worked. The players listened to him, and you know, you sense that relationship that Herrera's the kind of Mourinho on the pitch of it all. So he might be passing the captaincy round all the players United fans have most want sold over the last 5 years, but you can see who the leader is on the pitch, and it's one of the many reasons Herrera's man of the match.
On that note, thank you very much. Subscribe to United Rankcast and check Paul out. See you later.